High school football is back. So glad you're with us to continue coverage of week one, an exciting weekend of football ahead. Now, joining me, another good friend of mine over from the River 95.3 is Ryan Rutherford. He has the call on Thursday, Strasburg and Skyline. But before we hop into that, Ryan, first and foremost, how's everything? How was your off season? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, off season's going great, but just too long. I'm ready to get back to football, all levels. The high school game starting on Thursday, my JMU Dukes on Saturday, and then next Sunday it'll already be Commander season. So I'm just ready for football.
I'm surprised that your wedding wasn't live remoted on air.
It could have been. It could have been.
No, I was kidding about that, but congratulations on the wedding this past off
Yes,
season as
thank
well.
you.
But let's hop right into it. Skyline Strasburg. Strasburg, obviously first year head coach Trip Lamb taking the reins yeah, previously had by coach Mark Roller, who's been there for quite some time but knows the system pretty well. It doesn't seem like he's trying to change too much, but it helps that he has pieces like junior quarterback Braden Huff, and on the defensive side of the football, Lucas Martinez. Just from your point of view, what have you seen from Strasburg going into this matchup?
Yeah, no, I agree with what you said about it seems like Coach Lamb just kind of wants to pick up where Mark Roller left off. I just spoke to him moments ago, and I know you're going to catch up with him later this afternoon. And that was one of the things I did ask him was, do we want to expect any changes like to the offense, defense? Because that's really been Strasburg's MO is just that classic T formation, running the football and then playing that hard-nosed defense and really relying on the linebacker core to chase guys down. I know they lost Colby Shaw from last year in that linebacker core, so they're going to need some guys to step up over there.
In looking at the other end for Skyline, seemed like injuries sort of plagued their season last year, but it seems like Skyline always comes out with a fast team with a weapon or two on offense. I know you're down there in Front Royal, right by Skyline. You call most of their games. What are you seeing from Skyline?
Yeah, no, I like the skill positions for Skyline a lot this year. One guy we saw come on strong at the end of last season, and it was just his freshman season, was Zayden Burks. You're going to see him lined up all over the field. You'll see him a little bit at wide receiver. You'll see him at running back. And based on what I've seen from scrimmages, it looks like they want to use him in a little bit of a wildcat or wild hawk, as they like to call it, formation. Last year, Aiden Vaught, well, the last 3, 4 years, really, their whole offense has been built around Aiden Vaught and just whatever he can do. That carries the Hawks, and now he's gone. So they're going to need to go to some new guys. But I already mentioned Zayden Burks. I love him. And then Isaiah Maxwell, a wide receiver on the outside, also plays some defensive back as well. And when you just look at him, he just looks like a perfect wide receiver, lanky build, can go up and get some jump balls. You could see that in the basketball season last year, too, where he had some thunderous dunks throughout the year. So I'm really excited about those skill guys for Skyline. But one really big concern I have for the Hawks is just their total numbers. They're going to be going into the first game with probably around 25 available varsity level players. And that is really scary.
Yeah, I saw the low number, which is very odd in this area, I
It
would think.
is.
It seems like high school football is just too big to have that low number. And I know that's sort of concerning. Like, God forbid you have a couple injuries,
Mhm.
and what do you do now?
Yeah, no, that it's a really big concern, and it is a surprise because Coach Gilbert here has been a just a staple at Skyline football, has a lot of respect in the community, and um, players who have now grown up and have families in the area, they want their sons to play for Coach Gilbert because they know he's a great guy, but just it's the numbers aren't there this year. It's really strange.
But one good story, just to stick with Skyline for a little bit longer, their quarterback
Mhm.
wasn't able to get the opportunity last year, but stepping in various roles. What have you seen from Skyline's quarterback?
Yeah, Nate Ballard has really stepped up and waited for his turn. Last year, it was really a true quarterback battle coming out of camp, and Nick Murad just edged him out. Murad now transferring to a school up in Northern Virginia somewhere, I believe. And so it will be Ballard's team. But he's really just an athletic kid. Like you said, he did contribute all over the field and really took it in stride. I mean, it would be easy for a high school kid to just kind of pout about losing the quarterback job and just be like, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna move on to whatever's next in my life. But he stuck committed to the Hawks, and I think that stuck out to the coaches and probably helped him earn that job this year. And like I said, he's got some great weapons on the outside, and he seems to have some good arm strength to him as well. That was kind of maybe lacking a little bit. Murad seemed to maybe struggle getting it to the outside areas of the field.
So going back to Strasburg one more time in this matchup, I would imagine that this game comes down to who can win on the defensive side of the football and the line play. I feel like
Mhm.
both teams are very strong in those two facets. But again, this is week one. We could see something completely different. What are sort of your keys to the game?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I do think it's going to be one up front. Strasburg has four of their five starters coming back from last year. That's going to be huge for them. And then when you look over at Skyline, I mentioned they have such low numbers. One of the areas they have their best depth is across the line. So one guy I'm really excited to see this year started to come on pretty strong last year. Adrian Schmitz across the offensive and defensive lines for Skyline. He is just a stud, has a nice full frame, and it seems to be filling out for him. And I believe he's just a sophomore or junior, so we'll see a lot of him over the coming years.
It's Thursday night. It is Skyline traveling to Strasburg, and that will be on the River 95.3. Appreciate the time, Ryan. Wishing you all the best this season. We'll chat it up again here soon.
Yep, looking forward to checking in with you soon, Josh.